Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're doing well. Going to read through this article here. Now, you might well be more familiar with this case than I am. It's in regards to the Ethan Crumbley school shooting and his parents. So the headline tells us that the accused school shooter's parents must stand trial. That's the key point, on involuntary manslaughter charges. So that's really what the article's telling us. So the absolute nuts and bolts are that a Michigan judge on Thursday ordered the parents of accused Oxford High School shooter Ethan Crumbley to stand trial on involuntary manslaughter charges in connection with the November the 30th massacre. The district judge issued the ruling after a 2-day hearing, and here's a quote from the district judge. There was extensive testimony that Ethan Crumbley was a troubled young man, and they purchased him a gun, which he used. So that is the reason for this article. That is the nuts and bolts. The rest of the article gives us information that you might well be aware of in regards to the actual events. So I'm going to read through those details now, but as I say, if you are familiar with this case, you're not really going to get anything new from the remainder of this video. So the only new information is that a judge has determined that Ethan Crumbley's parents must stand trial on involuntary manslaughter charges, and the reasoning is that they purchased him a gun, which he subsequently used. All right, so I'm going to read through probably the majority of the remainder of the article, as I say, giving us more information in regards to what happened. So I'll give a trigger warning at this stage. There are graphic details. Okay, so 4 of the 15-year-old's classmates were killed in the shooting. 6 were wounded, along with 1 teacher. James and Jennifer Crumbley, the boys' parents, were charged after investigators learned that they had bought their son a gun and taken him to a shooting range just days before the shooting, and also ignored signs that the boy was mentally troubled. The Crumbleys' attorney argued that they did not know that a murder would be committed, which I guess is fair and reasonable. They don't have a crystal ball. However, they did buy the troubled boy a gun, and they ought to have recognized that the boy was troubled. Earlier this month, during the first part of the preliminary hearing, the prosecutor revealed texts between Ethan and a friend in which the teen, Ethan, spoke about his mental health. Here's a quote from those texts of Ethan Crumbley, the school shooter, the alleged school shooter. My mom makes everyone feel like a piece of shit. I actually asked my dad to take me to the doctor yesterday, but he just gave me some pills and told me to suck it up. So I'll comment on that for whatever it's worth, just my opinion. I mean, I just feel that if you have a child that comes to you claiming that they feel that they need help with their mental health, their mental stability, I think you've just got to roll with that. You've just got to arrange for them to have a therapist. You know, if you don't, then you run the risk of situations like this. You know, this is obviously particularly heinous, particularly tragic, but you know, what if your child is suffering from severe mental strain? You know, presumably, not in all cases, but you know, presumably therapists do help a lot of children, a lot of people that see them. So why wouldn't you want to help your own child? And in some cases, you need to. You know, so it's not enough to dismiss such requests, in my opinion. But what do I know? Back to the article. A school counsellor testified on Thursday about the troubling drawing that Ethan Crumbley sketched onto a math paper on the day of the shooting. It showed a gun and a dead body, and also contained the words, "My life is useless." The teacher or the school counsellor that spoke to Ethan about the drawing said that Ethan's demeanour changed when the school counsellor pointed out the phrase, "My life is useless." And, the boy just said, "I'm not going to do anything. I know this looks bad, but I'm not going to do anything." But then later that day, 2 hours after the parents came to speak with the school counsellor, later that day, Ethan Crumbly went on this shooting rampage, killing, as the article tells us, 4 of his classmates, and another 6 were wounded, along with 1 teacher. So, I mean, I don't know, I've rambled there. Maybe this isn't a very good video to listen to. But in essence, the parents must stand trial on involuntary manslaughter charges. My opinion, for whatever it's worth, it's really not worth a lot, probably less than 2 cents. My opinion is that's probably a good thing. There's probably an argument to be answered. There probably are concerns to be faced. Why did they buy their son a gun? Why didn't they attend to their son's self-proclaimed mental health issues more attentively? I do feel that they may be responsible in some way. That they could have prevented this incident, this tragic incident, the killing of 4 children. So obviously a parent can't control a child entirely. Obviously a parent can't understand the inner workings of a child's mind. We get that. But at the same time, why enable the child to have the ability to commit such a crime? Why do that by providing him with a gun? I think there's an argument to say that that is what they did. They provided him with the means to commit a heinous act. And if they had any level of awareness that he was suffering from mental health issues, then, there's an argument there, in my opinion, that they should not have provided him with a gun. They should have taken further action to ensure that everyone's confident with his mental health. That's my feeling. So, I don't know. So anyway, there's this video, bit of a ramble, but there you go.